Blue Origin aims for Mars in 2024 with twin NASA spacecraft. Blue Origin is reaching from low Earth orbit to Mars. NASA gave Blue Origin a task order to launch a Mars mission known as ESCAPE and Plasma Acceleration and Dynamics Explorers, ESCAPADE. The agency announced the order in a statement, opens in new tab, published Thursday, February 9th. Hello and welcome to KYC News. Please don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon. The twin spacecraft should launch in late 2024 aboard Blue Origin's forthcoming New Glenn rocket, assuming the booster is ready in time, and will bring the company beyond the suborbital realms where it now flies. ESCAPADE is slated to study the magnetosphere, the magnetic zone of the red planet's atmosphere, with twin craft designed by Rocket Lab. Two Mars-orbiting spacecraft will look at how the solar wind, charged particles from the sun, tore away the atmosphere over eons, thinning it considerably. Mission results could allow scientists to learn more about how the planet got so dry over time, as billions of years ago it appears Martian water flowed abundantly on the surface. Blue Origin is part of a small pool of companies that were under consideration for the work. NASA selected it from the agency's venture-class acquisition of Dedicated and Rideshare (VADR) shortlist of 13 companies formulated in 2022. Financial details of Thursday's contract were not released by NASA, but Space News said it was $20 million based on government contracting records. VADR is 4 new opportunities for science and technology payloads and fostering a growing U.S. commercial launch market, according to NASA documentation, opens in new tab. In 2022, NASA awarded, opens in new tab, Phantom Space Corporation for CubeSat-class missions as a part of VADR. Those launches are slated for 2024 on Phantom's Daytona rocket. Blue Origin launches people and payloads alike with a smaller suborbital rocket called New Shepard. The booster suffered an uncrewed anomaly during launch on September 12, 2022, halting all launches. Blue has provided no details of the investigation in the 5 months since the problem occurred. When ready, New Glenn will come in 2 variants, a 2-stage and a 3-stage, to target orbital space and beyond. It is forecasted to top 313 feet, 95 meters, in height, 5 times that of New Shepard's 59 feet, 18 meters. For the benefit of Earth. Blue Origin was founded with a vision of millions of people living and working in space for the benefit of Earth. Blue Origin envisions a time when people can tap into the limitless resources of space and enable the movement of damaging industries into space to preserve Earth, humanity's Blue Origin. Increase access to space through reusable rockets. Blue Origin is working today to create that future by developing reusable launch vehicles and in-space systems that are safe, low cost, and serve the needs of all civil, commercial, and defense customers. Blue Origin's efforts include flying astronauts to space on New Shepard, producing reusable liquid rocket engines, developing an orbital launch vehicle with New Glenn, building next-generation space habitats, and returning to the surface of the Moon. These endeavors will add new chapters to the history of spaceflight and move all of humanity closer to that founding vision. Safety, Blue Origin's top mission. Blue Origin has been flight testing the New Shepard rocket and its redundant safety systems since 2012. The program has had 22 successful consecutive missions, including 3 successful escape tests, showing the crew escape system can activate safely in any phase of flight. Operational reusability. True operational reusability is the only way to lower the cost of access to space. Both New Shepard and New Glenn have been designed with reusability in mind from the beginning. Their vertical takeoff, vertical landing architecture enables us to reuse the first stage of our launch vehicles 25 times with minimal refurbishment, resulting in 25 times less waste because we don't throw the hardware away. Both vehicles have throttleable liquid-fueled engines that allow for precision landing back on the landing platform. This allows for high asset utilization for all our vehicles, which decreases the costs and increases availability for our customers. The perfection of flight. The Blue Origin feather is a symbol of the perfection of flight. It represents freedom, exploration, mobility, and progress. For thousands of years, we humans have been looking up at the birds and wondering what it would be like to fly. Now, we look up to the stars and pursue a bright future for all of us. Club for the Future. Founded by Blue Origin in 2019, Club for the Future is a foundation whose mission is to inspire future generations to pursue careers in STEM and to help invent the future of life in space. The club and its collaborators are doing this through postcards to space, space-focused curriculum, and access to space on Blue Origin's rockets. A new mission to Mars will be launched by Blue Origin's yet-to-be-tested New Glenn heavy-lift rocket, NASA announced Thursday. The award is part of NASA's Venture-class acquisition of Dedicated and Rideshare (VADR) launch services contract, which involves 13 companies and cannot break a ceiling of $300 million. Part of an effort by NASA not to over-rely on SpaceX rockets and help encourage competition in the private spaceflight sector, NASA's Launch Services Program, LSP, awarded Blue Origin the launch contract for the Escape and Plasma Acceleration and Dynamics Explorers (ESCAPADE) mission. The mission will fly on New Glenn, Blue Origin's yet-to-be-tested heavy-lift vehicle that is designed to compete with SpaceX's Falcon 9 and Falcon Heavy rockets. The mission is scheduled to go in late 2024 from Launch Complex 36 at Cape Canaveral, Florida. New Glenn is powered by its B4 engines, each using liquid oxygen and liquefied natural gas engine, which will fly for the first time this year on United Launch Alliance (ULA's) Vulcan Centaur heavy-lift launch vehicle. It's possible that New Glenn could get an orbital flight test later this year. ESCAPADE follows a long tradition of NASA Mars science and exploration missions, and we're thrilled NASA's Launch Services Program has selected New Glenn to launch the instruments that will study Mars' magnetosphere, said Jarrett Jones, Senior Vice President, New Glenn, Blue Origin. What is New Glenn? A rocket 322 feet tall, Blue Origin claims that New Glenn will be able to take 45 metric tons to low Earth orbit and 13 metric tons on deep space missions. As well as launching ESCAPADE, it could greenlight the core of Amazon's Project Kuiper plan to launch 3000 plus broadband internet satellites, launch a radio telescope to the moon, and make the Orbital Reef space station a reality. What is ESCAPADE? A mission to study Mars' magnetosphere, ESCAPADE is part of the low-budget NASA Small Innovative Missions for Planetary Exploration (SIMPLEX) program. It will consist of 2 Rocket Lab Photon spacecraft that will cruise to Mars over 11 months before going into elliptical orbits around the red planet. What will ESCAPADE do? In this science phase, the spacecraft will collect data to help planetary scientists understand the structure, composition, variability, and dynamics of Mars' unique hybrid magnetosphere. The mission will also support crewed exploration programs like Artemis through improved solar storm prediction. Who is Rocket Lab? Nominally a competitor to Blue Origin, New Zealand's Rocket Lab has the Electron rocket, but it's too small to launch ESCAPADE. Rocket Lab already has its capstone mission at the Moon, while it's also developing the first privately funded science mission to Venus called Venus Lifefinder, VLF. The short mission will see a probe inserted into the planet's hot, thick cloud layers to spend just 5 minutes searching for signs of habitable conditions. The plan is for VLF to be launched on Rocket Lab's Electron rocket from New Zealand in May 2023 for arrival in October 2023. The next launch window after that is January 2025. Who is Blue Origin? Founded in 2000 by Amazon founder Jeff Bezos, Blue Origin has been funded solely by Bezos himself. It's estimated that he's so far invested at least $8 billion of his own wealth, but a key part of Blue Origin's business plan is to take revenues from government contracts. The most important part of that drive is to help fund the development of New Glenn. The company was founded by Bezos with a vision of millions of people living and working in space for the benefit of Earth, according to Blue Origin. Its stated aim is to tap into the limitless resources of space and enable the movement of damaging industries into space to preserve Earth, humanity's Blue Origin.